Good evening, everyone. Remember a week ago when I played one of the most unique games I've ever played? Well, it was called Disco Elysium, and luckily I remembered because we're back, and it's time now to continue with Disco Elysium for night 2, basically 2 more hours of this very unique point-and-click adventure game with unique dialogue and mechanics and things like that. Now, since I played last week, a bunch of people have contacted me telling me they're actually happy that I'm playing this game because it is such a unique game and it stands out among so many other games as a completely unique experience. Someone went through the trouble of writing me this incredible, long, interesting, helpful email that I want to read as we begin tonight to let you know some mechanics that basically the game doesn't explain, all right? So, just listen to this. Number 1. Don't just immediately try any white check that you see in the game. Even though you can try them again later, sometimes failing them results in taking damage, but that's really not the main reason. The main reason is that trying other dialogue options first, such as to get more information, can confer bonuses that then make that white check easier to pass. That said, the reverse is also true. For instance, if you say something that will make an informant wary, it will result in a harder check for getting them to actually talk. And you can take a look at what you have equipped. When you've unequipped your pants and shoes, you'll have a much easier time passing that jump from the rooftop. Remember there was a jump down to get like a coat? So they're saying, since I unequipped my pants and my shoes, now that savoir-faire check would actually be way easier to perform. So that's number 1. And remember, we didn't realize that these equipable items like clothing were actually doing stat increases or decreases for a bit. It took us a while to figure that out. So that's number 1. Number 2, some red checks come up again in the game, some don't. Much like white checks, other dialogue options can confer bonuses and malices. If it seems like you're not going to get another chance at a red check, generally do what you can to boost your chances in that moment and then take that plunge. Number 3, each of your hands, which is what we're looking at right now. If you take a look at the screen, it says held L, held R. You see that, right? So each of your hands can actually equip an item. You need to have an item equipped in order to use it. When you go back to the dumpster and you try to get it open, the check will be extremely tough, but if you put the crowbar in your hand, which we have right there, it's called the pry bar, then it will be much easier. On a related note, you got a flashlight, here it is. Partway into your second video, be sure to equip that in any dark areas to see better. So there you go. Awesome. Number 4. You did eventually need to go back to the hanging murder victim, or you do need to go back to the hanging murder victim. There actually is a check to see if you can pass and not throw up. You won't be able to properly investigate the corpse unless you do the check. To be specific, you can still investigate even if you fail the check, but you have to do it no matter what, but I won't spoil any further. I thought we were done with the body, so there you go. Apparently we have to go back to the body. We didn't even finish it. Number 5, you're still on the first day. It means you're still in the intro of the game. It's actually a very long game. The way that the time works in Disco Elysium is that wandering around will run the clock slightly. But most time passing happens via lines of NPC dialogue specifically. Each line has a set amount of time that it makes pass. Don't let this discourage you from chatting it up with anyone. You're limited more by budget than time, and this makes no sense now, but will actually make sense later. And by getting through dialogue, you earn experience points. We've seen that. That's just having conversations, I level up a bit. 6, you've given the player character a thought to mull over. That was the last thing we did on the last stream. We had this conversation about race theory or whatever it was with this guy, and now we have to mull over this thing before we can come back, right? Okay. Basically, you can equip thoughts to your character's brain. That's what we did last time. When they complete, they will award a stat bonus and or possibly a malice. Some will also open up new dialogue options. Once the race theory thought has finished brewing, you'll then be able to present the results to Measurehead. I guess that's the name of the guy we were talking to. But it takes a certain amount of in-game time to cook before then. And lastly, try talking to Kim, your partner. It probably will work every once in a while, maybe every other stream or something. And I forget what the benefit actually is, but it could be really good. And then basically they said at the end, even though the game has political themes, none of them actually tie directly into real-life politics. So it's not like they're going to actually reference right or left-wing stuff. They're not going to reference any real-life people or politicians or anything like that. So there you go. What's pretty crazy about this is Can you name another video game where you would have need to know any of that? That's pretty nuts that this game has that level of complexity to it. Like, I didn't understand that you have to equip stuff in your hands to use it. I didn't get that. Now that I took the pants off, that maybe I could go do that savoir-faire chat. I had no idea. So maybe we'll go do those things, right? Okay. So remember last time we had this measurehead talk. We can't do anything further with him right now. We're pretty much done. So I guess now we can get out of here. This door doesn't open, right? Yep, it doesn't open. So I guess we're done here. Come back to Measurehead later, I guess. What is this? We didn't go in here yet, did we? Oh, yes, we did. This was the shop. Yep, this was the shop. And we said we might come back here later, but we did everything we could in here, right? Okay. All right, so let's backtrack now and look for some other stuff to do. This is the whatchamacallit? Motel. We talked to them, correct? I guess we have to go back and do more stuff over here. John M with the $5 super chat says, "What is a YouTube editor?" I don't know. What are you talking about? The YouTube editor? If it's what I think you're talking about, in any time that you do a stream or you upload a video to YouTube, after it sits there and it processes for a while, it allows you to then actually do on YouTube editing. You can cut out words or parts, music. You can edit all kinds of stuff on it. For example, let's say your video gets claimed for music, you can use the YouTube editor to try to remove or mute that music. Or let's say, for example, your video has one particular word that you know isn't allowed on YouTube. You can go back and just edit out that 2 seconds of your video rather than having to actually run it through a real independent video editor outside of YouTube. Get it? So if that's what you mean, I'm not sure. Your question wasn't super specific, but that's what I think the YouTube editor is, if that's what you're talking about. Okay. Thank you for that. We're at 26 bucks to support. As I said earlier, 2 things. Number 1, last week, when we played this game, it was incredibly supportive. I'm not expecting that every week, but man, it would sure be great to hit a goal and get us closer to our reward of the Minecraft McDonald's meal if DSP tries it later on this week. But also, FYI, the music of this game 100% gets claimed on YouTube. Meaning, I make absolutely nothing on these videos on demand or on the stream when it comes to ad revenue. It all gets claimed. The only revenue I'm getting from this playthrough is the streams. So super chats, memberships, subs, tips. That's it. I can't make anything else on this game. So I really would appreciate it if you guys could support to the stream tonight, okay? All right. So now there's a dumpster that we can open. What is this? Anything? No? This is how we get to the dead body again. Now, where was that dumpster? What is this? Who is this?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
A young girl with chubby red cheeks waves at you, smiling. Her nose is also red from the cold. Hi.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
What kind of store is this anyway?
It's a bookstore, sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Okay, well, that's kind of unique.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Uh-oh.
Hold your horses, little
Failure. Encyclopedia said it was a failure. Well, that sucks. What meal am I getting tomorrow, Cracker Jacks? We're getting the new Smokehouse Barbecue Sandwich from Chick-fil-A and a dragon fruit-based drink. I just don't know which one yet. Maybe we'll look at the menu on the podcast. We'll see. How am I looking at Adamfall? I loved the first 2.5 hours, Turtle Dude, but I haven't got the chance to play it. When we play it again, I'm looking forward to it. What's going on, Mega Man X? How are you tonight? Okay. I know all these things.
You're fooling nobody.
I said I know all these things, and I do, goddammit.
Sir, are you okay? You've been standing here silently for a while now.
Is it okay if I ask you some questions?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
What's your name?
My name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance. She owns the store. She's inside
Plaisance? What a
minding the
name.
register or organizing the stock.
A weird name, huh? How's the volume, guys? Is it good? Let me know if I need to adjust it, okay? Because I don't know how loud it is. It looks pretty low, actually. The girl gazes at the window and her eyes jolt as if remembering
Feel
something.
free to step in and browse our wares.
You're sitting out here in the cold because?
I'm signaling that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime, romance, and biographies of famous people.
Right. I should have a word with the store owner. Such a good trooper you are. I should have a word with the store owner.
Oh, no,
Store
no,
owner.
sir. I'm happy to help Mum by luring in customers. Besides, I have some hot juice in my vacuum bottle to keep warm.
What's your name? Shouldn't you be at school? What is the crime business? What is romance? Shouldn't you be at school?
I do my studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Homeschooled. Isn't school more important than this?
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper worker is dutiful. That's how you get ahead in life. You succeed.
Jeez. Hold on. What on earth? Ladies and gentlemen, I received an incredibly generous. Are you ready for this? I can't believe this. I received a $130 tip. $130 tonight. Amazing. Thank you, Swish Treats. For a $130 contribution. It surprised me so much I hit the wrong button. Swish Treats says the following. Let's get the goal out of the way. Let's just focus on this awesome and unique game. Thank you, Swish Treats. That was so nice of you. Let's do it. Let's do an insane animation. Hell yeah. Let's get you up. The animation's on my face. I'm dancing on my own face. That's a problem. Let's get you up on the leaderboard. Shoot. Let's get that added to the total. So now we're at 156. A rare night where we hit the goal so early. Perhaps, if there's enough people who like the game, we could even hit a second goal and get even further towards our rewards later this week. We'll see. But hey, I'm happy with the one. And it is time to celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for supporting DSP Gaming. Thank you for filling the King's coffers. Thank you for paying the King's tax. Thank you for supporting me in my efforts to make positive content, fun, meaningful, and not hurtful to the internet, but still being able to make a living and get ahead. I appreciate you all. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Thank you for supporting all of my stuff. Let's get it tonight and hang out, shall we? All right, here we go. Nicely done. Thank you, Swish Treats. You are awesome. All right, very nice. All right, now, let's continue with our conversation. Okay. How's the business doing overall?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
This house is cursed? A bookstore?
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
It says I had a medium check and it's success. So medium would be like a medium between the spirit world, and apparently you succeeded the check. Cursed in what way?
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
That's it? Bankrupt, ass up, say nothing.
Well, they run out of money and have to stop doing business.
I don't think curses are real. This sounds serious. I should probably look into this. Let's say that.
We can go into the bookstore and ask about the case, but I don't see much more to look into here.
Lieutenant makes a note in his notebook.
Yes. Please do also look at our wares inside. The postcards and board games are there, sir.
What do you know about the other failed businesses that have happened?
Nothing really, sir. Mum doesn't allow me to sneak around in the back rooms or the cellar. I don't really know
She looks
what's
a bit
there.
disappointed. Huh. All right. How does the curse manifest?
It does not manifest itself in any way. It does not exist. I liked it better when we were talking about whether it's appropriate to stand out in the freezing weather.
So we can either say plasmic manifestations or fine, I'll show you.
Anything else you wanted to talk about, sir?
Stroke your chin. Enough about the curse for now.
Maybe I can tell you about some of our books instead.
All right, that's good. We'll go in. Why not? By the way, what's over here? Books? A book about pate. Book you don't understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. Bodhitro culture. The future. A rose pistol and a half-naked dame. A mustached man surrounded by flames. What? Oh, I can't get in. How do I enter the door? There we go. It wouldn't let me select it for a second. It's a little weird because obviously the game's meant to be point and click with a mouse, but I'm playing it on pad, so it's a little unspecific of how to do things. Okay. Okay. What's up, Mark? How you doing? You're on your lunch break? He said, how was Inzoi? Inzoi was pretty fun, but we didn't get to play too much of it. We were actually getting to the more interesting parts. Like I was going to go to work for my first day, and I was going to go to a theme park on the docks, and I ran out of time. So I think when I play it again, it actually should be a little better. So is this the mother? This must be the mother here. Let's investigate the store first. Give books and molten candy.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Heimdall somewhere.
Look through the display of books.
Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man.
That would be like He-Man and the He-Man. What the hell does that mean? How many are there?
Maybe 100. Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god.
Good lord.
Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth.
It's like the Hardy Boys
Man
series.
from
There's like
Heimdall,
400 of those books.
The Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs.
That's a lot of Heimdalls, right? Okay.
Not even close. Man from Heimdall.
Oh!
Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall. Heimdall burning.
All right.
There's even The Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall Man.
Maybe I should
So
talk. I should talk to the storekeep first, and maybe this will unlock more information so I can survive this even more. Let's find out. Storekeep, tell me about these books.
Oh, Man from Heimdall. A very popular series of adventure novels. They're awfully immoral and violent books.
Then why are they so popular?
Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mystical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do.
She just completely insults anyone who likes the books. I love it. That's great. Sounds good. Which one should I start with? That is like something I'd be interested
At
in.
last, someone sensible. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say.
She fiddled with her pendant when she said
If you're
that,
a novice
huh?
of the series, I'd recommend Heimdall Man, the Man from Heimdall. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series.
I wonder what you could do with that. Maybe it's a buff. It buffs you. But sadly, I can't afford it. However, I'm going to go for the roll. All right, ready?
A twinge at the back of
Success!
your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching.
Huh? Yeah. Oh, what is it?
Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular Man from Heimdall in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
What is this book? Is this book freaking, haunted or something? And you got hurt by touching it or thinking about it?
She's laughing at him, belittling him.
So everything succeeded and I got a bonus. See? It says succeeded, medium 10 versus your total 10.
Between the throne and the Hyamdala man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Hyamdal and the Devil Woman.
So he didn't notice that it said that before, and now he's noticing it? Is this a possessed book or something? It says, aren't all women devil women are interesting? I mean, that's fucking stupid, so I'm just going to say interesting.
The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Hyamdal novels.
Fuck. So basically what they're saying is this book probably is worthless, but this book that now we've noticed because we were observant with our medium powers might actually be a really good book that'll give us buffs, but I can't afford anything. All I have is $6.08, so I can't buy a book anyway. So maybe we can come back later and buy it when I have money, but I don't have enough money. Old sports magazines tucked away. Book collects national recipes of Arda. They're about lake trout. I've never had a lake trout before. I assume that's the back room. Can't see that? No, it's through the wall.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
All right, what's with this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these.
Apparently.
They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Okay, we're gonna probably have a check here too.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers.
Did you notice that the clock moved forward to 11:30?
These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Is this projection, like it's projecting you, the main character, and your impact on your family that being a law enforcement has had? I think it's supposed to be projecting towards your own personal story. Sure, let's see.
Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the murder in the orchard. The sordid affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick.
Dauntless Dick.
Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Why did he have a funeral pyre before he was murdered? What's up, Tate S? How are you tonight? Welcome to the stream. He dies?
Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Of course. Are there any more?
Yes. There's also the dame who did it. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns.
Wait a minute. A dark tide turns doesn't have his name in it.
Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
So, we can do it. We have a chance to do this. Reaction speed 3. Can we find out?
Your quick eye
Yes!
notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
So basically, if you follow these checks, you can buy books, and these books will buff you, but you have to pass the checks first. And I've passed them all so far. I just have no money. What do we have here? Mistaken Identity.
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic Hard-Boiled Phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does it speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
Probably right. I'm a complicated guy full of contradictions. It's got to be something else.
Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere.
No, that's not it either.
Is it because the smoking dame in the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on?
Shockingly transparent there. No, that's not what's
Yes,
happening.
it is. The bulge in your pants is embarrassingly obvious.
Well, there you go.
Relax. It's not that bad. Also, this means your blood flow is returning to normal. Good news, really.
That's good news, huh?
Something the matter, detective?
Nope, all good here. Or Kim, would you describe this woman as a smoking dame?
The lieutenant narrows his eyes and contemplates the book for a moment.
I would certainly say she fits the description, providing that's your type.
So here it is again. You could buy the Dick Mullen book, but we can't. We don't have enough money. So all these books might be helping us, but we can't buy a dang thing. Come on. Tome of Fascist Magic? Quaint brochure, very colorful.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People.
Oh, no.
You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Anything to note on this shelf?
I would say. The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power.
Okay, what is an innocence? Great, I don't need to know anymore. I'll just say, what's an innocence?
A very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education.
Is there a biography on Robbie Williams called Better Man in here? So that we can also ignore the book just like the world ignored the movie?
The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things.
I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest, so you recommend it? I'll say you recommend it.
Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
Oh!
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside.
Really? Should I buy it? I might buy this one. It's the only one I can afford. Let's get it.
A true cultural touchstone. Enjoy the read.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
Okay. So, here's inventory. Where is there an Interact tab? Exactly. Here it is. Okay. This Dusty Tome brings knowledge on the history of innocences. It's written by one Iwao Paulo Salamalo. Holy mokowalo. So what do I do? Interact with it? Here we go.
The Greatest Innocence by Joao Paulo Salamao Lopez de Fuego. The book is large and heavy.
All right, crack it open.
Browsing through the various chapters, you try your best to understand the ceaseless overflow, the sprawl of names, dates, places, events historical. Most of it ends up as a twisted mass of facts inside your brain.
Yeah, it is twisted my brain. So what's going to happen now?
Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time. Let's see what you've learned.
Great.
This might take a few minutes.
Oh.
You ready?
Let's see what happens. This game is something else. Here we go. Sure, why not?
That's the spirit. Here we go. Question 1. Who was the first innocence?
I wasn't paying attention.
Dolores Day.
Oh, it says Dolores Day. They gave me the answer.
Incorrect.
What?
Dolores Day was the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare. Her colors are silver, white. Steer clear of this one. There's something terrible about this one.
What is going on? What?
A strange sensation of loss. When she left the earth, the dust, and the ice, and the humans. That is unimportant to the quiz. Stop thinking about this.
What is going on?
Yes, the quiz is impersonal. No need to rouse sensations in yourself at the mention of Dolores Day. Who was the first innocence? It wasn't Dolores Day.
The Perkins.
Correct. Nothing much is known about him. It's not even clear that he was a he, but Franco Negro presumed as such and called him Pius. He's depicted as a young man with molten gold pouring out.
Okay,
as
great.
The first innocent. Question
I'm glad he
2.
did.
Who was the strongest innocence? Easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. You, me, anybody.
Doesn't sound too familiar. Shoot me a hint.
An innocence is the highest category of historical personage in the world, a literal personification of history. Traditionally, an innocence, when anointed, assumes supreme rule over the Occident or the known world in general, at least the parts that matter.
Very interesting. That doesn't help me answer the question.
I can do better. Okay, so commonly an innocence does not enforce his or her power through military power. This is seen as unnecessary. The innocence wins because an innocence can't help but win, for their deeds are inevitabilities. Did this help?
No, just tell me the name.
Damn. Dolores.
Well, he said Dolores last time and it was wrong. So I'm going to say whatever.
Correct.
I got it
Named
right.
The innocence of militarism. He codified Franco Negro. Question 3.
Okay.
Who was the false innocence?
All news to me. Maybe a few hints?
Yes, there exists a group called the Founding Party, known as the Holy Party, during the time of the Paranatural. This, the world's oldest international organization, spends its time in search of either the re-emergence of the innocents or new members.
This is going to be a long game, isn't it?
There seems to be a mix-up with the sources. It's not my fault. At least it clearly wasn't Dolores Day. She wouldn't be false. She's beautiful.
Why does it have Dolores Day? Now, wait a minute. The first 2 times he said Dolores Day, and it was wrong. Now he's saying it's not Dolores Day? Does that mean it is Dolores?
No, stop thinking it. I said it wasn't her. She was true. No, stop thinking it.
Doesn't work.
I said it wasn't her. She was true.
I like how no matter what, it's a question mark. I don't know, Kedra.
Incorrect.
Fuck.
Kedra is a
Erno.
lie. Correct.
Okay.
There have been a number. The most final stretch. You've come so far and learned so much. This is the most important one. Question 4. Who was the greatest innocence? The most important of them all. The most precious to humankind.
Dolores Day.
Correct. The myth might see Franco Negro as the father of everything.
All right.
Congratulations on finishing the test. The results and your subsequent grade have been calculated. You get a C, vaguely passable. A solid effort with nothing much else to show. Nice going, mediocrity man. You would have done better if you just left Dolores Day for the end. Dial the Dolores Day down a bit.
Damn you, arrogant book.
What's going on with you?
Thinks it's so smart, goddamn.
Okay.
You are shouting at an inanimate object, like a real weirdo. No wonder you seem to have trouble with the right answers. Browsing through the book again, you still have trouble understanding the torrent of information.
It said
Only
breakthrough
seems to
imminent.
add to the confused jumble of facts inside your brain. Your educational survey is done. Did you catch any of that? No. Oh well, it's pop quiz time.
Should we do it
Let's see
again?
what you've learned. This might take
It
a
said
few
breakthrough
minutes.
is imminent.
You ready?
On what? On this? Apparently am I actually, by doing this, is this powering my brain to learn the theory so we can go back to that other guy? I think that's what's going on. Maybe I'm completely wrong. So do it again.
It seems rather unfair to try again after you already know the answers. But sure, if this makes you feel better, here we go again. Question 1, correct. As the first. Question 2, easy. Everybody knows the answer to this. Correct. Franco Negro. Question 3, who was the false innocence? Correct. The most famous final stretch. Correct. Everything from congratulations and A. All correct. Impressive. Oddly so.
There we go.
You really navigated some treacherous
5
waters.
experience.
Well done.
Like I said, gotcha this time. Not so smart anymore, are you?
The lieutenant is doing his best to ignore your behavior. Yeah, sure.
All right.
It's so much easier once you...
We're done. But we got 5 experience, and it says breakthrough is imminent on the thing we were thinking of. So we're not there yet, but we're almost there. Why can't I see? Why can't I see it? Now I can't go to it anymore. Look. I can't go to my head to see the breakthrough anymore. It's missing. But we didn't do it yet, right? It says it was close, but we didn't do it yet. I don't understand how the game works, so hopefully we're good. I don't know. What is this? I'm not doing any direction. Why is it doing this? What is going on?
Advanced race theory. Everything is calm in the eye of the race storm. Your mind is lucid and bright. The mind-bending phylogenetics appear more distant and, to be fair, a little ridiculous. The great race mystery has cleared up. All that's left to do is verbalize your thoughts. Go and talk to Measurehead about your newly found insights.
Bonuses. The learning cap for rhetoric raised 5 to 5+1 conceptualization. The mystery is mostly aesthetic. Huh? Well, we did it. Now we can go back and talk to what's-his-name and pass him if we want. All right, I guess. Great. Another boring book discarded.
This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature.
Now we've got paranormal books. All right. What are these?
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh, no.
Look through the shelf anyway.
Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance.
Okay.
The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services.
So, it's kind of like, if you can't reach a doctor, this is going to teach you homegrown remedies for if you get hurt or sick. It may not necessarily be as effective as true medical science. Maybe it's like, what do they call that? Is it homeopathic? What's the word for it? I can't think of the word for it right now. Like sometimes they'll say take an herbal supplement or something. Interesting.
Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Well, that's it?
Amidst the various books, the point of the book...
How does that work?
It serves platitudes, while also telling everyone that traditional medicine, the kind people don't have access to, and which costs more than this book, is garbage, and would only give you cancer anyway, without even curing your cold or anything.
Which I've heard, too. I heard people say that traditional medical science is all mumbo-jumbo. You shouldn't trust it. It's not what we used to do. It's homeopathic? No, it's holistic. It's holistic, is it not? Holistic medicine? I think that's what it is, holistic.
Wholeness, unity, balance, on the other hand, can basically take care of anything. Though it is important to note, when it's up to your mind to heal yourself, then it's because of your mind that you're ill in the first place.
Jeez, did the book say anything else?
The book features chapters on topics such as how to find magnesium. It even lists plants you can harvest magnesium from. How to continue drinking if you're an alcoholic who has destroyed his liver.
What?
And
how about no? You can't continue drinking if you destroyed your liver. You will die. What are you talking about?
there's even a chapter on the ancient Seraïs tradition of using duck gallbladder preservatives to treat and prevent sexually transmitted diseases. Pre and post factum apply. Nothing worth buying.
Right.
This is just mundane garbage. What's even paranatural about this?
Well, this I have an incredibly high chance of passing. I got a +1 because I've already heard about a curse outside. Okay, we should definitely go for this one. What's going on, Gabriel? How you doing, Ray? What's up? A bunch of people are just joining us. How are you? Guys, just to forewarn you, This game is insanely text heavy with these little text challenge mini games. It's taking a long time to get through them. We've barely done anything, and we've been playing for 45 minutes almost. But let's see. All right, let's go for the challenge.
The throbbing in your head
Okay.
increases with every passing moment you gaze at this shelf. Suddenly, as if out of nowhere, a small green book becomes apparent. The title of it reads, Medicinal Purposes of the Pale.
Yeah, what's this about?
The book contains descriptions of various pseudoscientific therapies, alternative medicines, and folk remedies involving the Pale, also known as le territoire.
No, I haven't save scummed at all. I've just been playing it straight.
For example, it recommends vigorously swatting one's naked body with a venik, or hand broom, made from the leafy twigs of a young birch tree from the near Pale.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that would rip your body apart. Sounds painful or invigorating. Oh, it's very invigorating.
It is, and good for the circulation too.
Oh, of course. What else?
It also recommends consuming distilled spirits like vodka or whiskey that have been aged in the Pale. Readers are instructed to cover these jars in a shallow hole just inside the Pale and leave them there for 30 to 60 days, depending on the potency desired.
What does the pale aged liquor do?
Among other benefits, it is alleged to restore a damaged liver to perfect health.
Is this how they're saying if you're an alcoholic, you keep drinking? I'll probably get my hands on some of that. What else is in there? How is that possible?
Is it any more improbable than anything else that human beings put their faith in?
All right, fair enough.
For general health and well-being, readers are encouraged to take regular strolls through the Pale, though a sidebar cautions readers to limit each stroll to less than an hour. These strolls promise to cleanse the mind of worries and the body of toxins, especially if the perambulator performs this ritual in the nude.
What?
Nudity figures prominently in a number of these prescriptions.
Oh my god.
This is exactly what you
Nudies.
need.
This is exactly what you need.
There's an entire section devoted to cures for men who are struggling to perform their marital obligations.
He goes, oh, I don't need that.
You close the book and return it to its place on the shelf.
What sucks is if I had bought this book, this might have led to whatever this paranormal plot line was, but I can't do it because I don't have the money now. If I come back later, maybe I'll buy that, but that sucks 'cause I don't have any cash. Can I save now? Let's quick save. What happens if I try to go in here?
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Examine the cage-like trinket.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you.
I'm gonna ask what's behind there.
Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
I'm gonna have to go in
She
there.
speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you,
With the trinket.
urging you to buy more books.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
All right, open them.
Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers.
Her hand closed around the pen to her fingers previously playing with the talisman.
Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
Okay, what the hell is in there?
She looks away, mumbling.
Whoa.
Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
So this is about the curse, that's why you're afraid? Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in there. I says this place is calling for me. I must investigate. I don't care. You can't stop me. I'll say about the curse.
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains.
I'm a police officer and I need to get in there.
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there.
She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth. What?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
Well, now I definitely have to
Curtains
open
do
it.
seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
I must investigate.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir.
All right, let's open them.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here and let's talk this through before you decide to do anything extreme.
There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
All right, rip them apart.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
Okay. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. And then we've got this door. Wait, what's going on here? Really looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity? What? A haircut is threatening your masculinity. You might have some personal problems there. All right, what's with the door?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Okay.
What if you just break it down?
Maybe I should break it down. Oh, well. Yeah, not before I strategize. If we strategize, perhaps it'll go from 28% to a higher percent. So let's do that.
That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
So first check your posture.
Steady breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram.
Then check your surroundings.
The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish. But the path to the door is clear.
Okay, and it says, what about the door?
It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable.
Got up to 42, but can we knock on the door and see what happens?
Only an echo. No one is there.
We'll go for it. It probably ain't gonna work. Ready? Oh, God. Here we go. Oh!
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame.
Oh!
It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
So we've done
You're
it.
not thinking of trying again, are you?
So, the lieutenant stares at you as you stand there silent and brooding, smashes to the door again wordless, smashes to the door and shout, fuck the system, smash freeze dirtbags, hands up or fuck it hurts. Well, we made it. Let's save.
What is this place?
Looks like a gym.
Yes, but no one's been here in ages.
He does a stripe on the dusty floor with his foot.
I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Okay. Sand is dripping from the punching bag. Proposer says, CTU's Fortis, the rest is worn off. We're not wall bars. They look unsafe. Stairs. Hallways blocked by old window panes and debris. Oh, hold on a second. Fuck. Fuck this very cumbersome inventory system. How do I... Items, clothes, tools. Here we go. Alright. Now I can see. Whoa. Creepy stuff going on here. A large demijohn full of strange liquid? What kind of liquid? Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Okay. There's a mannequin. Airship rotors covered in spiderweb. They remind you of blades. Things are getting weird, man. A naked mannequin torso, a strange yellow color. What about this, like, drawers here? These file cabinet drawers? I got some money. I got $3. Maybe I could buy that other book now. What's this, a TV? What the hell happened back here?
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
What?
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
You sound surprised and a bit cautious.
This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
You think I should turn it on? Turn on the machine. Let's ask him.
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Well, turn it on then.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
So we need to find something to put in there.
Should go.
Yeah, there's an item missing. We have to find the memory to put in there, apparently. Scribbled across the notebook, developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. What is it, Baldur's Gate 3? Something over here. Oh, there's more. Oh, there's a lot going on here. Hold on. Blue velvet, soft to the touch, moth bitten. More money. What happened? I pressed the wrong button. Got all excited. Skis with slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Steel rotor blades bearing the slipstream logo. Okay. Is that the memory cube? Yeah, filament memory. Okay. That's what we got to put in there. We found it. What's this?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural.
How is my cat? Jasper's good, villain. Thanks for asking. Jasper's fine. He's been very playful recently. Pretty hyper recently, actually. Okay.
Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Okay. Drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic.
Was this some fantasy workshop? They're writing a story or something?
Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind?
Yeah, exactly.
One of the welkins towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine it. It's important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Now we have race supremacy. This is nuts. This game is
The
wild.
Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
Yikes.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
Why would anyone spend so much time on it? Who are the creatures? Who drew them? One of them is a Welkin supremacist. Yeah, I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Yeah, right. Why would they spend so much time on it?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
There you go. So this is like breaking the fourth wall at this point, kind of, right?
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
All right, we figured it out.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
The
photo
photos.
collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried-up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world.
This is going over the top crazy. It's so complex, and I'm passing every check because I have like middle level of everything.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
So how exactly is this haunted? I don't think it is. I think this is just a red herring. This place isn't haunted. For some reason, she didn't want us to see this.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid.
What the hell's a
The
minimi?
grand scheme of production and money.
Keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
So maybe this is all like someone is suggesting in Kick Chat. This is like they were designing their own fantasy game or world or D&D or whatever it was, but it ended up being eventually a failure. Like maybe originally it was popular, but then it lost popularity, and therefore this is, you know, them showing that their sales
Looks
numbers
like they
dwindled
didn't
off or
make it.
something. I got experience. Yep.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Which we have.
The handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe."
So call in, tune out, whirl, untethered, and heat death of the universe. Maybe the things we need to see in this filament. Oh my lord. Let's save again.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Casting the framework
Alright,
in
insert
like a
the
smooth
schedule.
draw, the filament slides into place.
I got a skill
On the
point.
keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Okay, play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon. Fortress accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
Are we somehow having a real radio conversation with someone? It sounds like they're talking back, which is odd. How could that possibly be? And by the way, did I get a point? I did. I got a skill point, right? I don't know. Should I just put another one into Psyche? I don't know. I don't know what to put anything into at this point. See, everything's average, so we were passing all the checks. But what would be better to put another point into? I have no idea. I have no idea. Deduce the world. Oh. And there's so many choices to make. Violation, because it's only 2. You mean volition, not violation. Hold yourself together and keep your morale up, so I could get this to go up to 3. I feel like a lot of these could be good. Like if I do savoir-faire, we definitely could go back and retry that check earlier, the jump where there was the coat and we couldn't grab the coat. Maybe now we could make the jump and grab the coat. The choice is, you know, it's tricky. And the thing is, it might help me in the conversations I'm about to do. Oh, man. There's too many. 24 different stats? Seriously. You know what? Savoir-faire. I just decided to do it. Okay. And, let's see here. I received a $2 tip. Someone says, I got arrested for a DUI and released from jail on probation, so no more Henny for me. Okay. Whatever you say. I don't know what's going on. Thanks for the $2 tip. Seriously, I have no idea what's going on with that. Some weird $2 tip. I'm confused. Anyway, I think it's time for a break. Let's split the part here. When we come back, we'll continue on with another hour of the very mind-numbingly confusing but interesting Disco Elysium. I'll see you then.